Hey everybody, Adam here with Hometown Acres. Welcome back. Today's one of those days where the weather just can't seem to make up its mind. It goes from being sunny to raining to snowing. It's hovering right around 32 degrees. So the garage build is getting put on delay for another day or two until the ground can dry out a little bit. So there's really not much else we can get done except for something I've been meaning to do for the last 6 months, which is get all of this firewood yard moved down to its new location. And the whole reason we're moving it is because this firewood yard, we've been working on it for the last 2 or 3 years processing wood, and it has just grown and grown and grown. And it's gotten out of hand to the point where it's a little bit of an eyesore because there's a lot of scraps. We've got log piles, we've got sawmill cutoffs, the slabs laying all over the place. And it's the first thing you see as you pull up the driveway. So we are relocating our firewood yard down to its new location where it'll be a little bit more hidden and it's not gonna ruin the curb appeal of the property. So let me show you what we're getting into. So here's the mess I was telling you guys about. You can see just log piles everywhere, scraps. It just looks kind of junky. And my original game plan was I wanted to finish cutting all of the wood that was here before I started moving the equipment because everything was already all set up. But we've just had so many projects going on, I haven't had a whole lot of time to dedicate to firewood. So I thought, all right, enough's enough. Let's just go ahead and get all this stuff moved down. So I already took the Easton-made axis that was sitting here. I've got the dump trailer loaded there. I'm gonna bring the excavator down and just start loading logs into the dump trailer and hauling them down to back behind the pond dam where the new firewood yard is gonna be. And I had Doug and my buddy Dylan over here last night. We had a couple of beers by the wood stove in the garage and we kind of came up with a game plan for how I want to lay all of this stuff out in the new firewood yard so that we've got raw materials, we've got production, and we've got finished material coming out the backside, and everything flows and there shouldn't be a whole lot of wasted movement in the process. So without further ado, the first piece of equipment we're going to move is going to be the Yappa 315. We're going to get that set up. Then we'll start taking logs down and then just start cleaning all the rest of this up. Well, that looks a million times better. We got all the chaff and stuff that was on the floor all piled up and brought into a pile here. Doug had a good idea and said park it right next to the road. That way you can get the excavator, get your ditch clean out bucket and use that to load it into the dump trailer and haul it down there where it'll be out of the way and use it for some fill somewhere. But yeah, this is ready to go in another couple weeks. Once the ground gets a little drier, run the rototiller and get some grass seed on. Let's head down to the new firewood yard and we'll show you that. Here's our good little fire that we got going, burning all the scraps that we had. Slabs and offcuts and knotty pieces that I didn't want to split. All right, so here is the start of the new wood yard. Obviously, these are gonna be all of our saw logs for the sawmill. So we've got raw materials sitting here for the sawmill, and then finished products sitting at the end of the sawmill down here. And we've got all of our stickers piled up here. So everything we need to mill lumber is sitting down here. And then we move down to the firewood production area. We've got the yappa over here. I've got two piles of logs sitting here, one that is small enough in diameter to go through the yappa, and then the second pile is stuff that's too big to go through the yappa processor. And this will all be with a chainsaw and the Eastimate axis. Now the thought here was we've got our raw material sitting in between both machines. I'll have the excavator sitting on the back side here in between the two machines, and I'll just be able to sit right here and pull from this pile, throw them over to the yappa, or pull from this pile and throw them over to the Eastimate axis. Now I still haven't got the baskets of you know, finished firewood where I want them. Haven't really decided where I want to put them to dry yet, but I saw Mike Morgan on his video. He's got all of his baskets, instead of a single file line, he's got them stacked up in a big square. I think I kind of like that better, but we'll see. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about storing all these IBC totes of firewood. I was originally thinking I was gonna have the firewood yard be on this little flat section here. The problem is you can actually see that from up at the house down there, and it kind of ruins the view from the pond. So having all this stuff tucked on the back side of the dam here kind of keeps it in and out of your field of sight from the house. One other reason we decided to put it on the back side of the dam here is because we had already removed all of the topsoil. So this is already clay and shale, whereas if we decided to put it down here, we'd have to scrape all that topsoil off. So really all we need to finish this off is just a light coating of gravel, and even then on dry days I should be all right. So yeah guys, there you go. The new firewood yard is all set up. Like I said at the beginning of this video, the whole reason we decided to move this is I love processing firewood, but it does junk up your property, and now we've got it a little bit more hidden. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this one, give me a big thumbs up, click that subscribe button, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.